Welcome to the InstantCast for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' second game of the season, going up to Carolina, facing them, coming home with a victory. 20-14 is the final score. This is our InstantCast. This is the show where we get to talk to you guys. This is the show where we get to have our say. And by we, I mean all of us collectively, the fandom as a whole. If we can get the technology to work. My name is Brent Allen. I will be your host for tonight. I am joined, as always, by my man, Ren, the patient one, Daxed. Ren, how you feeling tonight, buddy?
I tweeted it out. I couldn't hold it anymore, but it's true. I want everyone to know. I want to have Todd Bowles babies.
That certainly made me laugh quite a bit when I saw you put that out.
Who said this defense was going to be fun to watch?
This defense was fun to watch. This one was fun to watch. I will 100% give that to you. So
there it is. There it is. Okay.
Yes, I will give that to you. And not only will I give that to you, Ren, I have to give you extra special props because in our show this week, I don't remember if it was our Buck in the News show or I don't know. It was one of the 6 shows that we've done, it seems like, in the last 48 hours.
I've seen your face like every 18
I know.
hours.
Hey, here's the good news. After this show, you don't have to see me for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
so,
man.
That'll be great. But you had said you needed 3 things to happen in this game.
I did.
And 2 of them were kind of like a either or type situation. And it turns out you got all 3 of them. What were those 3 things that you got tonight? You've got to be riding high.
When you're right as often as I am, it kind of loses its luster. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
But what I said for the Buccaneer fandom, like for us as like our psyche, we needed 3 things to happen. And the first one I say would be the least important. And the first one was that Jared McCoy have a bad game.
Right.
Sort of be like a non-factor. And he was more than a non-factor. He actually extended our touchdown drive.
Yes, he did.
And then the second one was a win, which we got. It was very exciting at the end. And the third one, which I thought was even more important than a win for the fan psyche, not for the organization, not for me personally, but for the overall fan psyche, is Jameis Winston have a good game.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, all 3 happened, and everyone's hyped and psyched, and everyone's real happy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we don't have to cut Jameis Winston now.
No, we don't.
So
he's fixed.
Yeah, there you go. Bruce Arians has worked his magic, and now we're fixed. And I don't know, the reports coming out from Trevor and Evan and a couple of the guys that are there in the locker room after the game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are certainly reveling in this celebration as well. Well, Ren, this is typically the show where we open up phone lines and we take some phone calls, and we will do that just as soon as we're able to. We are going a little bit late. I think it's actually coming up right now. We are just a little bit late getting to come in to the InstantCast tonight, just because it's one of those. Everything was set up for the show tonight. I double checked it all at halftime. We come in and we sit down, and wouldn't you know it, Windows decides to update our phone computer, the one that we take our phone calls on. So that has been updated. I'm actually looking at it right now. I think it might be coming up. So hopefully we'll open up these phone lines, because I want to hear from our fellow fans out there. And I want to say hello to everyone who is joining us live on YouTube. This is a high number for us. So I'm excited.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely. Yeah. So you guys are awesome. The chat room is open. You guys can join us in the chat room over there as well. And we'll try to monitor that and see what you guys have going on over there. But ultimately, Ren, we won. Tampa Bay Buccaneers go 1-1. That's where we are. We don't have to go 0-2. The TV broadcast team was really concerned about the Panthers going 0-2.
They were.
They didn't give a shit if we went 0-2. It was the Panthers that was going to be rough if they went 0-2.
How are the Panthers going to make the playoffs? They go 0-2.
Right.
I mean, the Bucs aren't going to the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
Right. So, it's that's there. So, man, I'll open the floor to you first, and while you're talking, I'm going to double check and make sure we've got our phone line up. But tell us your kind of initial, immediate thoughts on the game as it turned out tonight.
I still want to have Todd Bowles' babies. I mean, that's 2 weeks, and the Buccaneers defense has given up 1 touchdown. Do you know that the Buccaneers offense has given up more points than our defense through 2 games? Because 2 touchdowns, and you could say the 2-point conversion is against the defense, which would be fair, more than fair.
Okay.
Actually, I shouldn't say, but our offense also decided to give up a safety tonight.
They did.
So that's 16 points to. Oh, not more points. I guess. Yeah, all those field goals. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, math hard.
Math's hard. But speaking of field goals,
there you go. Yeah, put it that way. Our offense has given up more touchdowns. That's what I meant. That's the way to word it. Our offense has given up more touchdowns than our defense through 2 games.
That's something to consider. But still, I don't know.
That's just how good this defense is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just when you felt like Carolina got it rolling, the defense would shut them down. Long pass to Olsen, sort of open up the second half, like sack. Like it was. There are some scary moments watching that Todd Bowles defense. Like near the end of the game, I think it was the second to last Panthers drive, and Shaq Barrett came free, and Cam just sort of threw it into an area where he knew Curtis Samuels was going to be, and he was close to it, and he wasn't covered very well.
Right.
And it would have been a big gain for a first down, one-on-one in space, possible touchdown. But with that pressure, you had to get rid of it so early, made an accurate pass. And, I'm very happy with the defense. The offense, Peyton Barber, yeoman's work. I'm saluting you, sir. Bruce Arians said that guy is going to be the hammer. He's going to be our bell cow, our workhorse, and he did it. Like it was like I don't even know if he averaged 3 yards per game. I haven't seen any of the stats. Like I don't really know how McCoy did, honestly.
How McCoy did?
Yeah, like I don't know how many tackles he got. I know he got a tackle for loss. He had to get up and show everybody. But I don't know how else he did. But another big ups, Kevin Minter, man.
Yeah.
Filling in for Devin White
right there. Yeah.
That was sort of when he actually got here last year before Bruce Arians, and he had some nice plays. Like okay, this guy he can play some, and then he blew his knee out.
Yeah.
Bruce Arians gets here, he stays on the team. And he's a veteran backup behind, White and David. And once he got in there, when White's went down like real early, first or second series for the Panthers, he went down. And like I said, I haven't seen the stats, but I wouldn't be surprised if he led the team in tackles, had pressures. The defense was just so fun to watch. It has been so long. Brett, how long has it been since you got excited when the defense came on the field? Like you knew they weren't going to go anywhere. I wasn't worried until that last drive.
I mean, it's been, I mean, the 5-game win streak in, what was it, 2016?
Yeah, but you didn't know they were going to shut them down.
Well, by the time you got to like the 4th and 5th game, like about then you're like, yeah, they're going to, and then you were surprised that they didn't and that they lost one,
No,
but I mean, consistently though, thinking that we were going to get it for the entire season. Gosh, I mean, it wasn't under Mike Smith. It wasn't under Lovey. It wasn't under.
You got to go back to the Silver Age.
Shiano. It wasn't under any of those guys. So, but you know what? Our phone line is up, and let's just try this. I haven't tested this.
We don't know if we can hear you.
I don't know if you can hear us. We don't know if you can hear you, but the phone line is open. Who do we have here talking to us tonight?
This is Prime in Dallas.
Prime, what's up, buddy? Man, it's been a long time since we've heard from you.
Yeah,
phone line works.
Not since last season, man.
Yeah, buddy. So, hey, what about it? Tampa Bay wins 20-14. What are your thoughts on that tonight, Prime?
Oh man, hey, effing right, man. If I can cuss, I'll cuss.
Do it.
No, this was a fantastic game. Can I?
Yeah. Hey, listen. I won't edit it out.
Okay, yeah, man. Listen, and hey, overall, this is a fantastic game, man. It was fucking amazing, like flat out.
Yeah.
All right. The defense, I was excited about Bowles before the season started. And even last week, excited seeing what the defense did, and then tonight, I said something in the offseason that other fans was like, "Oh, it's crazy." I'm like, I just believe it. I think this defense will be, by the end of the season, the top 5 scoring defense. I think Bowles is that good with his players. He puts them in position to make plays, and other than penalties, they make the plays. They actually make the plays. Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh up front are destroying the center of these lines. It's ridiculous, you know?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like,
did you see Prime? Did you see the play? I mean, I went back and I watched it probably 4 or 5 times on the DVR where Vita Vea picks up their center, walks him back, and sets him in Cam Newton's lap. Like, it was so great. I loved it. It was great.
Yes, man. Like, I want to point something out, and this is honestly not to throw shade, okay? This is not to throw shade at all. But it was a big conversation in the offseason. Mm-hmm. This game alone shows why we have Ndamukong Suh and not Gerald McCoy. What they're asking Suh to do, McCoy cannot do that. That's not his strength. Mm-hmm. They're like just being an absolute mauler in the middle. McCoy can never do that. Like, this defense shut down Christian McCaffrey, who's a terror back there, and freaking Shaq Barrett. My God, if this guy doesn't end the season with at least 12 sacks, I'm gonna be blown away.
He's gonna get at least one pewty at the end of the year, if not more.
He's already got 4. He's already got 4 sacks.
Yeah, I saw what I think I saw on I saw something on Twitter. It was like, he's on pace for like 32, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, if he has a game like tonight every single game, holy freaking cow! We should all laugh at the reality of what that is, but I mean, damn. And
I just to give out giving out other credit here, man. So I want to give credit one to Winston playing a good game. I thought he did a great job in taking a sack when hey, there's nothing there, I don't see it, I don't feel good about it. Take the sack, man. Take the sack and let's keep and trust the defense. Perriman, for the love of God, should have caught the touchdown in the end zone. If he catches that, this game is not even close, right?
Right.
We're not stressed out, stressing over over a half yard at the end of the game. But I thought Winston played a good game overall, honestly. And something, I have to give the offensive line, as much as I cussed them out during the game, I have to give them credit for their run blocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, they seem to run block at the right times. They still screw up, but the other team is trying to make plays too. But I have to give them credit, man, for the run blocking. I would like to see Rojo. I'm assuming he got hurt, but I would like to see him in there more often because I love what I see when he's in there.
Did he get hurt, or did they just ride the hot hand? I felt like they were just riding the hot hand tonight, but I might have missed something.
Well, there was a shot of him on the sideline after that really hard 12-yard run he had.
Uh-huh.
He was on the sideline wincing, and then you just never saw him again. And so I just figured I didn't hear anything. I saw people online saying they think he's hurt, and it was just basically just seeing him on the sideline. It looked like he might be hurt.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I'm with you.
And,
if it's anything serious, they would have had to have reported it. So. They were just
I don't think it's serious at all. And then credit to hey man, he got picked on all game. Good God, good credit to Vernon Hargreaves for making that freaking play, man. Like credit to him. Great ass play at the end to seal it. I love it, freaking love it.
Yeah, you hit on a lot of high points there. I mean, first off, the run defense, with Suh in there. It's like they're asking Suh to do stuff that McCoy can't, which is, stop the run. And the most dangerous back in football, make your argument. Is it Barkley, McCaffrey, or Kamara? But, you can make a great argument for any of them. But we took the guy who had 200 total yards in offense, was the only shining sort of offensive spot that let the Panthers get back into that Rams game. And we made him a non-factor. Mm-hmm. Like his best drive was the first one, and they ended up not scoring. And after that, you barely saw him. And when he got the ball in between the tackles, people were there. I mean, how many fourth down stops did we get? 3, 2? Like,
Fourth down. It was at least 2, if not 3.
Yeah,
fourth down, and their third
know,
down
I wanna
conversion
say
rate was
3.
nothing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be banging on Hargraves. He got toasted all game, but I've said if you've been listening, all the way back to training camp, that Hargraves, the slants, the ones where he has to defend his back to the sideline, the defenders inside him, he's going to have trouble with that. If he's sort of, I don't know if inside outside leverage, because it's sort of like turning the air up or turning it down. To me, they both kind of mean the same thing,
right?
So if the receiver is between him and the sidelines, he's nails. He's going to have trouble with the slants, with the crosses, and things like that. I thought he played fine. Of course, that big play at the end. Carlton Davis, who is really sticky, he had a really rough game. I think he's getting picked on a little bit with these double moves and some of those penalties. I have some issues with, but I like him out there. Edwards didn't mess up. I know he had a big penalty, but he played 4 plays last week. He was in there. He played a lot tonight. He didn't show up anything bad. Jordan Whitehead, oh my God, is right now. If it wasn't for Shaq Barrett, he'd be the defensive MVP. Will Golston looks like
a new man.
He came out of the Lazarus pit, man.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm with you with the offensive line. They're double teaming inside. They took, this Panthers defensive front 7 that's been heralded over ours, and rightfully so, because they've done more and they've added McCoy. And Brett and I tried to warn him. We went on a Panthers pod a couple days ago. We tried to warn him, like, all right, you like him, great. Enjoy those snow cones, because you're going to get 4 sacks and 28 tackles, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. You hit all the high points. Vea looks great. MJ Stewart's probably the only thing I'm sort of still worried about a little bit. He gets lost in coverage sometimes, but we knew that from last year. But he has looked better this year.
Yep.
And even
agreed on MJ.
Yeah.
And even with Jameis not being in sync with Mike Evans, he's got Godwin. He looks to be sort of on that Brait Mike Evans level. That Godwin's in there. OJ Howard, someone needs to anal probe that guy and slap him. I do not know. I do not know what's wrong with OJ Howard, but there's someone needs to wake that kid up. We all know he's got the talent, but he's had 2 really bad games. And another negative thing, just to sort of finish it off, if we get one more false start penalty, I'm going to pull all my teeth out. I don't have any hair to pull out, so I'm going to pull all my teeth out. I mean, that's just basic stuff that, just can't happen we got away with it because you know what? Carolina's not that good. I don't care what Troy Aikman and Joe Buck say. Carolina's not that good. If how Carolina goes, Christian McCaffrey, that's it. Stop him, you're good.
Yeah.
And I want a couple of things. One, I agree with all of your. I agree with all the negative, the down points that you pointed out there. And the penalties are the biggest problem I have right now because Arians harped on penalties in the offseason. Just how ridiculous it is to beat yourself with penalties. Yet, I believe we have something like 19 penalties so far. I might be off on that, but I think it's about 19 penalties between these 2 games. And you can argue that penalties almost cost us this game, So that has to be stopped. I also want to give a shout out to Ryan Jensen for pissing McCoy off. I didn't even know McCoy could actually get mad on the field. So credit to Jensen for discovering something that we were trying to find since 2011. Okay. Yeah. And also, what Bowles is doing with his defense makes me want to punch Cutter in the face. Makes me want to go find Mike Smith.
Right.
If I ever see
Mike Smith
that
should
little
not,
kitty.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if I ever see that
he has mostly the same defense that's doing this. It's insane.
Yeah, like you said, Golston, Hargraves, Stewart was here. I know the safeties are new, but Whitehead, he had some rough. Vea, Vea, the GM had to come down and say, "Hey, Vea, would you mind trying a little harder? Don't follow Gerald's lead."
Right. Right.
You know, Golston has disappeared. Like Golston, went off the face of the planet once Mike Smith got here. You know, Bond had to play. I haven't seen Bond on the field in 2 years.
Right.
I didn't even know Bond was still on the team, man. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, he had a tackle for loss.
I was advocating for Bond to be gone like the last year and a half. I really was. And I mean, until I saw him in preseason this year, and I was like, okay, Bond's coming back on, because I was not a fan of Devontae Bond for quite a while. So
and our rookie something. Anthony Nelson made a play, a couple plays.
Had made a couple, yeah, made a couple. And our other rookie, Mike Edwards, looks like a rookie. Like he looks. I mean, he just. He just looks like a rookie.
I am okay with these rookies. I'm kid you not.
Yeah.
And this is it may be irrational trust involved at this point, but I am 100% okay with the rookies who look like rookies, because I trust that this coaching staff will actually coach them up.
There you go.
And when it comes time for them to make a play, they're going to make rookie mistakes. But when it comes time to make a play, they have a much better chance of actually knowing how to and executing that play in that moment. Because of the coaching, like this year, when I look at the defense right now, look at last year, it's one of the biggest, feathers in the cap of the coaching matters guy, right?
Yeah.
Because you're looking at the team and you're going, listen, the guy that's on the sideline and the guy that's leading the practices, that guy matters, right? Yes, they're making plays on the field, but somehow or another, whatever the hell they're doing in these classrooms, it's either showing up on the field or it's not. And if it's not, you need to change the teacher.
Well, we changed the teachers. We got a new teacher. And listen, there was a lot of people that were pressing the panic button like 4 hours ago, and a win Ren was right. A win will go a long way to satisfy a lot of people. Prime, I'm going to go ahead and let you go off this line here. I'm going to open it up, let some other people call in tonight. All right, buddy?
Hey, guys, man. Hey, thanks for taking the call, man. I'll call back in later this season.
Yeah.
And as always, Bucs. Go motherfucking Bucs, man.
There you go. Thanks, Prime. Hey, listen, somebody already calling in. This is their show tonight. You are on the InstantCast with Brent and Ren. Who do we have here tonight? Hello? Hello? Yeah, I don't know. Are you there?
At least got one call in.
Yeah. All right. I don't know who that was. We couldn't hear you, so figure out whatever you got going on. Give us a call back. Guys, phone line is open. This is our show. Collectively, we are all fans. We're in this together. We're celebrating tonight. Call in. Let us know what you'd like to talk about. That phone number, 864-729-BUCS. That's 864-729-2827. You are on the line here with Brent and Ren. Who do we have here tonight? Hello?
Oh, no. Did our phones go down?
I think this is our same person that was calling just a second ago. Hello? Yep. No. Sorry. And hey, listen, just a reminder to the people out there, we only have one actual phone line. So if it's busy, somebody else is on there, just wait and call back in just a few minutes and we'll get you on the line. It won't be a problem. So we actually had like 2 or 3 people pop up all at the same time. So the last person, I'm sorry, we just couldn't hear you. I'm not sure where that is. Ren, somebody mentions in the chat room, and I don't know where it is, so I'm sorry I can't give you a shout out as to who actually said it, but pointed this out. If the Rams beat the Saints on Sunday, we move to number 1 in the NFC South. Hello, you are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight? Anyone?
Is it our end?
I don't know. I hope not. I really do.
This is going to be so.
This sucks. If this is on our end, I don't know, because we were just talking to Prime.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
But before that, we weren't talking to anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the same number or not. So hello. So anyway, all right. Sorry for that, guys. I don't know what's going on. Keep trying to call in. We'll try to talk to you.
We'll keep answering.
We'll keep answering until somebody can hear us or we can hear them. But we were just
everyone drive to Prime's house and use his phone.
Yeah, because here's the deal: we were talking to Prime and we're hearing the phone call come in.
Yeah.
So we should be able to hear everything just fine.
Yeah.
Here, let's do this. Hello, you are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight?
Hey, Hey, Brent. Hey, Ren. It's Scott calling from up here just outside of Philly.
Hey, Scott. How's it going, man?
I've met Scott twice. He's a super fan. He's the guy that brings like the Sixers hats for Ira and stuff during the draft. He comes down for the draft party, comes down for practices.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. Cool. Well, Scott, man, what do you think? Bucs win over Panthers, get the first win of the season. It's a divisional win and it's an away game all at the same time, 20-14. What are your thoughts on the game tonight?
Man, it was so good. When I settled in here, delayed the broadcast a little bit, put the Bucs radio broadcast on, and had to do a little self-regulating, a little pause, a little slow-mo. But man, it was one of those games that went down to the wire, and the defense did it. But we did. I think the most important thing we did is we were careful with the ball. There, no turnovers.
Right. We had one scare.
That's the game. That's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game. And that big drive, before the Panthers got the ball, was like what did it eat? Like 7.5 minutes up. It was an errant throw by Jameis. Mike had his guy boxed out for a first down on the goal line. That would have, sealed the deal. But I'm not going to jump on Jameis's back for that as far as having a crappy game. But that was big. Like they're like, we're going to run the ball and we're going to eat up the clock and we're going to go down and put points on the board. And Carolina couldn't stop them.
No, they couldn't. And I will tell you, just in watching some of the replays. That throw in the end zone to Perryman. A lot of, not all the throws, but there were a lot of throws that Jameis made that were just right on the dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
First one to Mike for the touchdown, then it being a field goal.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one to Perryman that he didn't catch.
No, I'm saying also there was another. He put the ball right on the money with Mike early in the game when we had to kick our first field goal in the corner there, and Mike didn't get.
Yeah. He went up with one hand. I didn't understand why. I guess maybe he caught it. The only thing I can think is he saw it late because that could have been two hands, but easy for me to say, right? Laying on the couch up here watching it on TV.
Yeah. Well, I was laying on the couch and I was asking myself the same thing. So we were there together. So what do you think of this new defense, Scott?
Oh my gosh! This is the first time this has happened in years. When they got the ball at the end of the game, and I'm talking about not when we kneeled down, but when Cam had the ball, I just had the feeling, and a confident feeling, that the defense was going to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I have called it the way they stepped up? Going down the last play and Vernon driving McCaffrey out of bounds. No, I wouldn't have called that, but I was confident that they would stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit more. I've been saying since training camp, like, this is going to be fun to watch. This is something that we haven't seen around here in a long time. And I'm just really happy that I don't have to, eat my words or eat crow like that, because I know I've harped on it before, but man, it's like, it's fun when both sides. It's been so long since it's just been fun for both sides to come out. Like, you're always excited when the offense comes out because, like, hey, we can score points. But now when the defense comes out after these two games, I'm like, hey, we're gonna watch some domination here. It's not like an internal feeling of dread where you just hope that they don't score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I got to give you kudos when Shaq got his first, then his second, then his third sack. Mm-hmm. I say, well, yeah, there's a guy who does a podcast who called Shaq having over 10 sacks this year. He could have 20.
Yeah,
Ren, was that you?
20. Of course, it was.
I think Ren's been saying that, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're not mistaken. I don't know if I could go back and find it, but yeah, no, you're not mistaken. If he gets 20, we're talking defensive. Let's pump the brakes here, but seriously, if he gets 20, we're talking, defensive MVP. Those are defensive MVP numbers.
Yeah.
Well, and I tell you, I was just watching his technique. Staying low and as fast as he is. Now, let's face it, that tackle was having quite a hell of a time with him.
Yeah, he's not good.
The way that they're scheming him up, and I didn't realize how fast he is and how low he says. And he's got a couple of good moves. And that he didn't show just one move. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. And Mentor came in and it was said too in the press conference. I think Mentor may have even got the game ball from Coach. Came in and really filled in nicely. The veteran,
he did.
filled in nicely.
Yeah, he did. Like, I mentioned that at the beginning, how great of a game I thought Kevin Minter had. I mean, so I want to go back real quick, something you said about how they're scheming Barrett. And I think that's really important for Buck fans to hear, because that's something we didn't see under Mike Smith's defense. Like, Carolina wanted to help their left tackle with Barrett, but because the way that Bowles would stack his defense and bring pressure inside Barrett on his side, they couldn't. Like, they could not get somebody over there to double team him. And like you said, he schemed him open and he got his guy. Obviously, their left tackle has some problems, but that's what you do. If you're better than the guy, then dominate him. And it's just coaching, It's like, this is where they're weak. We're going to attack it. And they pulled it off.
Well, they pulled it off. They sure did. And, I think that the Vita and Dominican match or pairing is probably the reason why Cam did not sneak it or try to go over top. I think that Carolina knew how we were penetrating and driving their line back. And I have to say, they weren't confident that Cam could do what Cam usually does, and that's get over the top or get through to get a half a yard.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, some of that could be, left over from the injury that Cam Newton had. And they talked about that quite a bit. And Ren, we've talked about that with our friends at the Panther Nation podcast. I had my doubts as if Cam was going to come back and be ready as soon as everybody thought he did, just because honestly, I think I was just hoping he wouldn't be, because I want to see them lose, right? But I don't really care why he's not healthy. He's just not, and he does not look like the same Cam Newton.
That's going to be a problem for them.
Yeah,
because Cam's never been an accurate guy. He does throw, like Jameis, throws high over the middle. And what would get them out of trouble when it was like, I mean, seriously, it was 4.5 yards. And they didn't let Cam Newton take the ball. Like, just, he's 6'6", 250.
Right.
And they were afraid they thought that, the middle of Sue and Vea were too strong and he wasn't going to get a half a yard. That is just so great to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me, I tell you what, Scott, I want to go ahead and, I'll give you a chance for any final thoughts you want to say, but I want to go ahead and try to clear this line as well, because I know there's a couple other people that were wanting to call in. What do you got for us here before I let you go for tonight?
Now, just looking forward. It's going to make the next several days really good, and I'm flying down for the Giants game with my buddy Willie. We're the self-proclaimed Pennsylvania, New Jersey Bucs fan club, and he's coming down with me, so I'm looking forward to heading back to Tampa.
All right, Scott. Well, hopefully we'll get to see you. And man, when you're here, I'll be there at the Giants game myself. So hit us up on Twitter or something. We'd love to be able to come over, shake your hand, maybe get you a beer or something. All right.
Sounds great.
All right.
See
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Phone line's open, guys. You all want to call in? That number is 864-729-2827. Make sure you're off of mute. I don't know if that maybe is what happened to the last couple of callers or not, but let's see what we got here. You are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight? Oh, hello?
Hey.
There it is.
Hey. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Who is this?
Kyle from Ohio.
Kyle from Ohio. How's it going, Kyle?
Hey. I just kind of wanted to go ahead and say that I was very happy with Vernon Hargate's performance. I was very happily surprised. Out of all the people on the field tonight, he surprised me the most, and I was very happy about it.
Yeah, he has not been someone that's been easy to cheer for like 4 years.
Right.
So it's good to see him sort of come out the gate. This is what we were hoping last year, right?
Yeah.
Right, Brent.
Yeah.
That like this was going to be the year, and he got like 3 quarters against the Saints game and kaput. So it's really good to see.
Yeah, and there's.
I'd like to say that I really appreciated Peyton Barber. He was playing a crazy game tonight.
Yeah.
Like I felt like he was just stretching out, getting some extra yards, just pounding it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we talked about a little bit earlier. I don't know if Rojo got hurt. There's a couple of people in the chat room who said he did. Others said he didn't. It could have just been coach was riding a hot hand. But look, he was telling us Peyton Barber is the guy. Ren, you were saying something like he's the workhorse or he's the hammer, I think you said.
The hammer, the
earlier.
bell cow.
Yeah, so, listen, I'm glad to see Peyton because I had my questions about Peyton Barber after the 49ers game. And what was going to happen with him. So I'm glad to see him get that work. And, this is what we wanted out of Peyton Barber for this season. Come in, do really well, like do well for the Bucs, earn yourself some big next contract, probably with another team. I won't care at that point. And hopefully Rojo comes up behind you. And, we saw enough out of Rojo, I think, in the 49ers game to
and even tonight.
And even tonight, yeah. Rojo's coming along, but I think Peyton Barber showed tonight why he is still the RB1 for this team.
And another thought that I had over this game and the San Francisco game too is I don't really miss Quan.
Yeah, if you've listened to the show long enough, we haven't missed Quan 2 years before he left. So, I mean, we like him as
I guess I had some hope that, him and Levante would play well together, but it never really happened to the degree that I thought it would.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It's not like Quan's a terrible player. He's just not as good as Buck fans. We put him up on this pedestal. If he has a good year and a couple people drop out, then he's sort of like Pro Bowl cuspish. That's kind of like, the 6th, 7th, 8th middle linebacker in the NFC, not even overall. We've said for a couple years he's a liability coverage and he guesses too much on his run fits. And you know what? Like, right now, Kevin Minter, to me, is a better middle linebacker than Quan is. I know he switched over to Will for the 49ers, but I mean, and it's nothing against him. I loved the guy. I loved his energy. He would have bled for us as fans, for his team, but you got to make the plays, man.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, it was crazy to see someone said something earlier about Gerald McCoy actually being mad. I was actually surprised. He's usually apologizing when he sacks people, so that was a shocker.
Yeah, he certainly was. And I'd sent out a tweet. I was like, "Hey, look at that. We got 93 on the field making plays for the offense." Oh, I'm sorry. Which 93? Both of them. Both of them were helping the Bucs, not the offense. I was saying the Bucs. And I was as soon as Gerald did that, I just sat back and I went, that was one of those things Ren said he wanted to see out of this game. And there it is. That's going to be it.
It was so surprising. Because you remember back in Hard Knocks, back in Hard Knocks, like when they had sort of that round table at the restaurant, and they're, they're saying things like, "Hey, what are you going to do when you grow up after football?" And, I think Mike Evans says, "I've only seen you mad like twice." And they've been together like 3-4 years, and they play football. And that's what was so shocking to me. See Gerald, like Jensen just kind of shake him and then Gerald just lose it. And, but, thank you very much. I like Gerald better today.
Yeah, and I want to clear the line to let some other people call in, but I guess my other thought was I'm pretty happy with Matt Gay so far after our last 2 or 3 kickers that have been tragic, like when we lost to the Patriots from all those missed kicks. It's definitely refreshing to see somebody, and we didn't take him in the first round. So
there you go. All right, Kyle. Well, man, thank you so much for calling in, and hopefully we'll talk to you again later this season. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, Ren. I mean, you told us earlier, left or right hash from about the 35 to 45 mark.
30. I think Bruce Arians says like 35 to 41. Right hash. He can't make it.
Right.
And he kicked it from the 42.
Yeah.
Right hash.
And there it was. So
there it was.
All right. Well, you are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight?
Hey, I got in.
There you go, Chef. I know you were looking for it. How's it going, buddy?
Oh,
Not too bad. How you boys doing tonight?
Doing a lot better than we were this time last week, I got to tell you. So, Chef, what's on your mind from tonight, man? Chef, okay, you're up in North Dakota. Did you actually get to watch the game, or were you working? Were you listening to it on your phone? How did you get to take this in?
I worked a half day today, so I made sure I took tonight off. And, I definitely wasn't going to miss seeing the quote-unquote revenge game from you-know-who.
JV and Elliott.
Yeah, I was just JV. Yeah, I saw that. JV and Elliott had a bigger impact. By the way, speaking of you-know-who, did you know he's not just Gerald McCoy? He's Captain Gerald McCoy.
I saw that.
He's a captain for the Panthers.
I bet that was part of his reason.
I wonder if that was part of his reason. Just a captain for this game, or if that's actually a captain for the whole season.
Yeah, Chef, I had that same thought. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was just a one-game thing or if that's for the whole season.
I don't know, man. You saw that patch on it. It had like 4 stars on it because that was the 4th year he'd been captain. I don't know, but I would not be surprised if that was one of Gerald's like contract things. Like, if I sign here, I have to be captain.
I could see that so much. I could absolutely see that.
You guys are ridiculous. There's no way that was part of the contract.
There's no way. There's no way.
No, you are not. As part of my contract, I get to be captain. No way. That is a player vote. No way.
The reason he signed with Carolina is because they took it to a vegan restaurant.
Sure.
And players showed up. Oh, you care about me.
Yeah, listen, it is not so hard to no. McCoy got his captainship because he bought them all snow cones. That's why he got his captainship.
Yes.
And food trucks at camp.
That's much more feasible.
And brought him to his Batman lair.
There you go. Chef, talk to us, buddy. What's on your mind about tonight's game? How you feeling? Buddy?
Defense is back in Tampa.
There you go. Can we call this the Tampa 22?
What's that?
Can we call this one the Tampa 22? Take it up a notch. Multiply it by 11.
Or the Tampa 2.0.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, it's just so refreshing to see not only pressure on Cam, but Shaq Barrett. That guy needs to be paid heavily to stay in Tampa because, we don't know anything about JPP's next situation, how that's going to come about. But my God, this man, he knows how to get to the passer, and oh my God, he's just so filthy with his speed and his moves.
Yeah, he's definitely had a good start to the season. I'm with you. I'm not so sure I'm going to start, handing him the keys to my house.
Right.
I'd like him to finish the season, but yeah, obviously he's been the fine. There's been a lot of people out there. I know I sort of took credit when Scott called, but there's been a lot of people that have called, Bucs media people that have called Shaq Barrett this dark horse. Like watch out for this guy. He could be something special. So, real quick, Chef, there's someone in the chat from North Dakota, and they said they want to know where you're from. They said they're in Dickinson.
I'm in the Grand Forks region.
Okay, well, now you know they're 94 Austin.
I think it's about right here. I think it's about right there. Is that how you do North Dakota? You just put your hand up there and pick a spot on your hand? Oh no, that's Michigan. That's how they do it. Anyway, sorry.
All right, Chef.
I'm closer to the Minnesota line, or the North Dakota Minnesota line.
All right. Very cool. All right, Chef. So what about it, man? Hey, all right. So I have a question for you. How did you feel about Jameis Winston's performance tonight specifically, especially as you compare it to the first half versus second half Jameis Winston?
I'm glad you said that because I was just about to bring that up. I was very impressed on his rebound. It looked like he was a lot, and this is the thing, he looked a lot more comfortable in the pocket today than he did last week. I don't know what it was last week that made him just look so uncomfortable with his happy feet and all that stuff, but you could tell it was just a huge difference from Sunday to today. He just felt more comfortable in the pocket, and he was actually scanning down his receivers as compared to just like locking on whoever was like maybe on the hot route or whatever. But yeah, it was a very big improvement, and I was very impressed. I'm still kind of on the outside right now because he's still got way more improving to do. But tonight was a crucial big step, and especially on a big stage like Thursday Night Football on the road in that atmosphere, in that environment. He definitely proved a lot to me, and I'm glad that he was able to rebound and get back on the right track. So the QB whisperer paid off tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like that 49ers game, and even in the Cleveland game, he looked hesitant, double clutching a lot. Like you said, a little bit of happy feet, indecisive. I still sort of wish he would take off a little more.
Yeah.
But coaching, man. Like you saw the difference between the San Francisco game and then just 4 days later, a lot of more of these routes where like get the ball, put your foot in the ground and throw. Like he looked. He saw the defense. He knew where he was going with the ball, and he was like trusting what he saw instead of like getting the ball, looking, is it there? Okay, it is. So, he was getting it out, and he was getting it on target. And again, I'm so super excited. Chris Godwin, he doesn't drop balls anymore. What's going on?
There you go. But Ren,
I
mean,
got him in fantasy. He got me a lot of points tonight.
Oh, did he? Cool. I think I have him in one of my leagues. I haven't checked yet. But I mean, Ren, to that though, I mean, at least I thought, didn't you think that there was Jameis looked more comfortable in the second half than he did in the first half? Like all those things that you just talked about making the quick decisions, having a little bit of happy feet, not looking as super comfortable. I felt that's the way he kind of looked through a lot of the first half. I don't know if he just finally got into a rhythm or if he settled down or what that looked like. It definitely was much better in the second half. But I mean, I still didn't feel like through at least the first part of the game that we were still entirely comfortable yet. Like Jameis is still working on it.
Well, I think it was the penalties that just kept. Was in the second quarter. It'd be like, all right, we got the ball, or the punt return. That's not really Jameis' thing, and then it gets brought back. Okay, and then we get a run by Barber, and it's 2nd and 4. Holding 2nd and 14. False start. Third, 2nd and 19.
Right.
Okay, Jameis, pick up the first down. It's like, come on. There was a little stretch where like 2-3 possessions in a row where every time like it felt like the offense took a step forward, somebody did something. OJ Howard's pass interference call, and they took a step back, and it really wasn't his fault. Carolina's got a good defense, man. Like they do. So, I thought it was fine. Again, forgive me, I'll use the word clunky.
Right.
Sort of that second quarter in there, but I really didn't see that much of a difference between Jameis from quarter 1 to quarter 4, except just results.
Well, certainly we'll look at that as we go back and look at the field. Chef, man, we got some other people calling in. You got any other thoughts here before I let you go for the night? Is he there, Chef?
Did he leave us?
Chef, I think he might have left us. So, all right. Going to drop that call. Hey, listen, phone line is open if you guys want to call in. That number, 864-729-2827. That's 864-729-BUCS. You call in, we'll take your phone call. Interrupt us. Uh-oh. Let's see what we got here. You are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight? Hello. This was one of the numbers that earlier was trying to call in, and we could never hear. So I don't know who this is. I really hope we can get you figured out on this. But let's try this other phone call here. You are on the line with Brent and Ren for the InstantCast tonight. Who do we have here?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I hear you. Who is this?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we got you.
Hey, this is Mike Lloyd.
Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, West Coast fan, longtime follower.
There you go. Well, man, thanks. Is this your first time calling in?
It is. I follow you guys constantly online.
That's cool. Hey, do me a favor. Turn us down in the background a little bit. We're getting some echo in.
Yep, got it.
And, so if you've been following for a while, then we have a tradition. First-time caller, how did you become a Bucs fan?
I've been following Warren Sapp, Deborah since 1997 season.
Sure. All right, so you and I kind of came into this thing at about the same time. All right, what are your thoughts on tonight's game there, Mike?
I got to say, give credit to Todd Bowles for calling a great defense, and then most importantly, Kevin Minter came in and did his thing.
There you go.
Kevin Minter did. Like I don't want to say I was surprised, but it made me feel good. Like, hey, these guys made a smart coaching decision. It's not like last year it was like Quan goes out, oh crap, it's Sitchy. Like how's he gonna do? I mean, we have a veteran there, and man, I'm like I said, if stupid Shaq Barrett is ruining Minter's MVP game ball. He was awesome tonight, man.
Yeah, I don't want to call it the phone line too much, but, just want to say a lot of things we've been talking about James for hating on, about throwing super interceptions and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He really held the ball well tonight, and you know what? He didn't force anything too crazy, and he trusted our defense. Whatever he saw in training camp, it was there, and you know what? Our defense played through, and Jameis, he game managed, and we made sure we got the win. And that was honestly what we wanted from him from week one. If he'd done that week one, we would have had to win.
Yeah, it's just such a different feeling to watch a team that's I want to say a complete team, but now we have an offense that can, hang or carry us if need be, that can score, and we have a defense that can keep us in games. It's just been so long where it's like that if the offense doesn't score like 40, then like the chance of winning the game are like 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get up the line so the other fans get on. But West Coast fans, we out here representing, and then hopefully we the Buccaneers, we go at least 12-14. 12-4 the rest of the season.
I like it, Kyle or Mike. Hey, Mike. Hopefully we hear back from you later on this season. Let's see, who do we have here? You are on the line with Brent and Ren. Looks like we can hear you. Who do we have here tonight? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
This is Trey.
This is
Hey,
who?
Trey.
Trey?
Yes.
Hey, Trey. How's it going, buddy?
Not bad. How are you?
Good. Trey, where are you calling from tonight?
I am calling from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie, PA. Very cool, man. Is this your first time calling into the show?
It is.
All right.
I'm actually pulling an all-nighter. I got to wake up. I was supposed to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work, but I had to watch the game, so.
There you go. Well, hey, just hang out with us then for a while, Trey. Trey, how'd you become a Bucs fan all the way up there in Erie, PA?
Well, I was raised in Florida, so
okay.
I got out of the military and moved up here for some reason. I don't know why. It's the frozen tundra, so. But
all right.
I've just been a Bucs fan since like '96. So.
Fair enough. And may I say thank you for your service to our country.
No
but
problem.
Yeah, man, what's on your mind about tonight's game?
Oh man, it just looked like an all around good game to me. I was hoping that Jameis would pop off and just throw for like 450 yards, but I'm good with no interceptions or no fumbles.
Yeah. There was one play. I was gonna say there's one play with Jameis where I was a little miffed that he didn't run the ball, but at least he didn't like throw it and force it and cause an interception or something like that. Like he had a wide open lane, he could have run and taken off and gotten a few yards, and he wound up taking a sack. But I mean, what? That's better. That's still better than the alternative. I just wanted him to run.
Right. Yeah. Defense looks phenomenal. Freaking Shaq Barrett already has 4 sacks in 2 games. It's ridiculous. I'm not used to that. Our defense getting sacks like that, man.
No, well, it's I would like to see come from some other people because I think he's the only one who has a sack.
Really? Oh, man, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so we might only have 4 sacks total, but it's also a product of the defense because the quarterback knows that the pressure's coming and they're going to have to go to their hot route a lot. So, that's what they're, so that's what they're doing. It's not more of like a, old Mike Smith's defense where we got to get there with 4. And if you do, you'll get the sack because the quarterback's holding the ball longer. But, when you're bringing 7, he's not going to be, he's not going to be patting the ball a lot.
Right. Is there any word on JPP at all? Anybody know anything about him?
I guess last week or 2 weeks ago, doctors cleared him to start rehab. Yeah. Which means I guess he could start going to physical therapy and stuff like that. He's out of the neck brace. He showed up at $1 like a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. sort of like the start of the regular season, kind of after training camp ended. And he hung out for a day, got checked out by the doctors, and I don't know where he is. But yeah, JPP, like you're talking, don't even think about him till like October.
Mhm.
You know, when you start seeing Halloween decorations, then start asking about JPP again.
Because if he comes back and and actually performs like he was, which is probably not likely because he's been out for so long. But if he does, man, this defense is going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this Todd Bowles defense, and you know, as being a greedy Bucs fan, even thinking to next year when some of these guys get more seasoning and they dump a draft pick, you know, like
Right.
a day 1, day 2 draft pick to sit next to Vea. It's ugh. I'm like Warren Sapp. I'm salivating.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's gonna be like I said.
Did you
man, it's
guys
gonna be
hear about Minka Fitzpatrick trade from the Dolphins or whatever? Like he wants to trade, or they want to trade, or something like that. I heard that he wanted out of there.
Yeah, Dolphins are on fire. I hear everybody down there is wanting to trade. Well, I don't know if they got one or if they're just wanting one, but they definitely all you hear about it. So, why are you thinking?
I
You
wouldn't
thinking
mind
maybe
picking
trying to
him
bring
up.
him up here?
Yeah, pick him up and sit who?
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're wanting the first round draft pick though, and I wouldn't give them that. But
No. I mean, I would if I was somebody who needed like a hybrid / linebacker safety because he's going to be good for a lot of years. But we don't need him. Like we just don't.
No,
like,
he was a cornerback. I thought.
He plays all over. He's kind of like their version of Derwin James, but right now he's playing more safety and walk down, sort of like Joker linebacker right now for him.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Edwards looked pretty good too. I was actually kind of impressed with Mike Edwards until he kind of went down. And then I mean, for the most part.
Okay. All right.
I guess Brett, you were.
Do what? No. Well, I mean, I said it a little bit earlier tonight. You know, Mike Edwards looked like a rookie to me. Like he didn't look bad. He just looked like a rookie. And I think I was expecting, honestly, I was just expecting more out of Mike Edwards than what we've gotten. But I can't complain. Like I think he's playing exactly as he should be playing right now.
0 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's.
Then
what I mean.
again, I'm used to seeing the very, very crappy, DBs and stuff from past few years. So maybe that's why I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
No, I thought he did pretty well too. But like Brett said, he did like a rookie, but he didn't look like out of place a lot. He made some mistake.
Right.
He had a dumb penalty, but it wasn't anything where it was like, oh my God, you blew a coverage. What are you doing? There was a couple times I saw the defensive backs pointing at each other, looking and going, hey,
what are we doing?
Somebody was wide open and they start pointing like, that's you, that's me, But, they didn't give up any touchdowns. So obviously they worked it out.
Yeah.
9 trips to the red zone. That's unheard of with us.
Yeah. Get used to that. I mean, it's not going to be that good, but as soon as teams get in the red zone, Todd Bowles is bringing it.
Yeah.
And he's going to depend on those corners and those safeties and the middle linebackers to hang with the tight ends and running backs. You're going to have to hang with them for 2.5, 3 seconds because that's, because we're bringing 7 and we're going to put the quarterback down. Like that's his philosophy.
I just want to get on the other side where we're in the red zone 9 times and we're punching it in,
Right.
That's the big thing I'm looking for from over there. So, all right, Trey, man, what else you got before I let you go here? We got a lot of people trying to call in tonight.
One more thing is I don't understand how we had so much firepower on the offense last year. And now it looks like our offense kind of sputtering and our defense is stepping up. Like if we can get that offense on par with the defense like the offense was last year, we could possibly win some games this year.
Yeah, well, you're right. But here's the way I'm thinking to keep myself sane as a fan. 1, new offense. 2, they're relying a lot more on the running game, so that's going to slow it down. And, right now, these first 2 weeks, there's been a lot of stupid penalties on offense. Like Brett and I were just talking about it a few minutes ago. Like during that second quarter, it's like Peyton Barber, 2nd and 4, holding penalty, 2nd and 14, false start, 2nd and 19. Okay, James, pick up the first down. Hey, 2nd and 4, and Howard goes across the middle. Oh, missed pass. Okay, 3rd and 4. Nope. Offensive pass interference, O.J. Howard. Now it's, it's 2nd and 14. There was that little clump where it was clunky, but when they had to, and it wasn't flashy, but when they had to, like, they made an effort. I knew it, you knew it, all the Panthers fans knew it, Ron Rivera knew it,
Right.
Bruce Arians knew it. Like, we're gonna take this ball and we're gonna run it right down your throat and score. We're gonna go get points, and they did.
Yeah.
They took like 7.5 minutes of the clock of the fourth quarter. Like, they did it, and then the defense, by the hair of their teeth, hung on, and we won.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Trey, buddy. Well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and let you go for tonight. But, man, please, listen,
All
it's a
right.
long season. We've got 14 more games, and hopefully we'll hear from you later on this season, all right?
All right, man. You fellas have a good night, all right?
Thanks, Trey. Thanks so much for calling
Thanks,
in.
Trey.
Yep.
Hey, phone line is open. There you go. This is somebody who's been trying to get in. Hopefully we can hear them. You are on the line with Brent and Ren. Who do we got here tonight?
Hey, phone line is open. There you go.
Hello? I hear me in the background.
You gotta wait for the feed to catch up.
Yeah. Hello?
We're talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay. You talking? Hello? 3.
Hey, guys.
Hey, there you
he
go.
is.
Who do we have here tonight?
You got Wes O'Connor, your
Wes.
long-distance cousin.
Hey, Wes. What's up? Oh, hey, there you go, Brent.
yeah, man. Like, Wes and I have been sort of tweeting back. He likes all my tweets. Wes, you're one of my favorites.
Yeah, we're on the hill together, brother.
Yeah, we are. So what's up, man? What's on your mind?
I got to be honest with you, man. I looked at this game. I thought Jameis did right. And I hated to see Devin White go out, but I thought the defense did phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Brent?
Yeah, no, listen, I had fun watching this defense. This was really a fun
Are you sure?
I am positive. I had fun watching the defense tonight. I really did. And here's the thing. Last week, Red kind of gave me some flack for it of, they didn't allow a touchdown. They didn't do this. They didn't do this. And I said, yeah, but I wanted more flashy plays. I wanted more splash plays. I wanted the thing that would, make me stand up and cheer and jump up and down, not just hey, they were consistent and didn't let any touchdowns. But that's good and that's great. But tonight we got all of that. And I mean, and it was all the way down to the end of the game with that big stop by Vernon Hargreaves, and he didn't make it in, and you're like, yeah, and it just, Anthony Nelson reaching up and slapping that ball out of the air. And listen, I get it. Cam didn't look at his best. Their offensive line was a little shaky, but I don't give a damn. This was a fun defense to watch, and I hope Devin White's injury is not serious. I hope it doesn't sideline him for very long, but if it does, we've got a pretty good next man up, at least from what we saw tonight.
Well, I have to break your balls a little bit on behalf of my cousin over there, Mr. O'Connor.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure you had fun watching that defense?
Yes, I am positive. It was fun. It was absolutely fun. Now, the offense, on the other hand, we could talk. Like a lot of people, I see a lot of people in the chat room, and Ren, you were just kind of referencing it. Like, this offense does not look like the offense we've seen for the last couple of years.
Agreed.
And,
Agreed.
But listen, if we're going to trade a little bit of the flash and power from the offense to get the kind of defense we have now, I'm okay with that. And,
but I will say this, that I feel like the offense clicked a little bit in the middle of the game.
I think they started to.
I feel like
I think
the
they
offense
started
was
to.
a little staggered, and then it clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To an extent. It clicked to an extent. I'm not saying it's the best offensive performance I've seen, but I feel like it started to set in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said in the last call, you got to remember it's a new offense and all that kind of stuff. The excuses we make when we're not doing as well as we want. But that second half, when the offense stopped getting got out of their own way, quit getting those dumb penalties.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. Like, Mike started to show up. Chris Godwin showed up. completely this whole game. They realized that something that OJ Howard needs to be slapped upside the head, so they just turned him into a fullback. They ran the ball. There was no more dumb penalties. When they needed something, it happened. It was like, it was like 3rd and 2. And like they'd run the ball like 4 or 5 times in a row, and they throw that quick slant to Godwin for the like 5 yards for a first down. And right when they did that, I'm like, it's over because Carolina had everything inside and had one-on-one, and they're just like boop. Like it's coaching. They know what they're doing, and it's just so fun to watch.
Let me ask you this: talking about stupid penalties, okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the penalty that happened on the sideline today. The penalty for the double timeout. Was that a stupid penalty, or was that Bruce Arians saying, "I know this is going to be a penalty, and we'll take the yardage loss, but it's going to stop the clock because, like, if you saw that defense come out at that goal line stand, nobody knew what they were doing.
Yes.
They were all pointing to each other. They didn't know what they were doing, and I think he might have just done it on purpose just to stop the clock and said, "We'll take the penalty."
Agreed. I agree with that, man. When I saw it, I went, "What the flying? What the heck is going on?" But then once it played out, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. But yes, I don't know if it was intentional. I'm pretty sure it was intentional, considering these are NFL coaches. Yeah, I think it was intentional, and I would look at this team and go, I'm telling you, I think that this offense is starting to buy in. The defense, I think the defense is flying to the ball, which is what we wanted. And it's what we got. I'm curious to see what happened with D. White, but I think we're flying to the ball on defense way more than we did under Mike Smith, which was sit back and let's see what they do and then make a tackle. I think we're attacking now. And, offensively, like the question you asked, I don't know I think it was intentional. I don't think Bruce Arians is stupid. I think it was intentional, and he would take the yardage and give him first down. It would give him 4th and goal a little bit closer, but he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm sure that's already been answered. Like, I haven't watched the press conference. I'm sure somebody from the Tampa Bay media asked him that question. So
really, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sometimes
no,
you don't
really?
think so?
Dude, I will bet you $3 million.
No, Ren. This is why you and I often sit back and go, "See, this is why we need credentials, so we can ask the questions that we really want to find out about."
Someone asked that question.
Fair enough.
But not only I just want to sort of build on something the West said. Not only about we're flying around and we're attacking, but like I don't see missed tackles. There was a few at the end of the San Francisco game, but like there was a couple tackles where our defense stopped them short of the first down on a completion. I haven't seen that since like Eisenhower was in office. It was
agreed.
Agreed. They're I don't know if they're becoming sound tacklers. I don't know if like because you tackled in training camp. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that there's usually more than one guy there, and they're bringing the wood, man.
But you know what it is, Ren? You know what it is? It's because they're in practice now and they don't have the music blaring, so they can actually hear what the coach is saying in teaching them how to tackle. That's what it is.
I'm a first-time caller, and you guys didn't ask me my story.
All right. Oh, no. See, I got lost in the, like, you and Ren were, like, related or whatever. All right, Ren, I'll let you do it. Go ahead, buddy.
Wes, are you a first-time caller?
Yes.
You are? Well, we have a rule here on the PeterCast. All first-time callers got to tell the story. Wes, how did you become a Bucs fan?
Bro, I'm from Tarpon Springs, Florida, bro. And I'm out here with Gene in Phoenix nowadays. I'm my own business, but that's how I'm a Bucs fan since the day I was born, and that's about that.
There you go.
What was the first team you remember? Like what year?
The first team I remember?
Yeah, like what year do you remember? I mean, are you like 1977 Buccaneers fan or like 86, like 99, 2002?
Well, shit, I'm 32 years old, bro. So I don't know, maybe 92.
Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, you were there in the lean years, the early lean
Yeah,
years.
trust me, I was there in the lean years.
Yeah. Those were not fun.
Hey, I got to be honest
going to
with you boys.
school and just
I love seeing the Bucs win tonight, man. I had O.J. Howard and Ronald Jones on my fantasy team that did nothing, but I'm all about the Bucs, man. So
yeah.
Go
Well,
fucking
you know,
Bucs.
who did I have? I had Sammy Watkins on the bench last week, so there's my fantasy pity story.
Eesh.
Well, I'll clear the line because I know you boys got a following. So you guys have a good night, all right?
Wes, thanks so much for calling in, and hopefully we'll hear from you later on in the season, all right?
I'll see you on Twitter, man.
Sounds good, guys.
All right. Well, that's it. Hey, listen, Ren, we are up well over our hour. If anybody wants to sneak in a last phone call, the line is still open. 864-729-BUCKS. That's 864-729-2827. Gosh, I was getting ready to ask you something about this game. What was it?
Was it about the defense?
No.
Was it about if it was fun to watch?
Was the defense fun to watch?
It was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch.
What did you have more fun doing? Knowing, or did you have more fun actually watching the defense, or knowing that you were right and you would get to come on the show and say, "I was"?
Oh,
right.
like I told you earlier, man. It doesn't being right. Like it's just expected. You know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't register with like, yay! A Bucs win though. That's not expected.
Right.
So that's
right.
like, whoa, my God.
Right. Okay. No. Oh, I have a question for you, and I kind of maybe we'll wrap up the show with this for tonight. And I really because I want to get your instant reaction to this.
Sure.
And I'll probably ask you the same question when we go to do our final thoughts episode to see if things do. Remind me to come back to this. Let's find out who's calling us here. Possibly our last phone call of the night. Who do we have here tonight? You're on the line with Brent and Brent. Nope. Brent and Ren.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Nope. Anyone?
Do you think it's like the other people where they're listening to the delay and they don't know like
to listen to the phone
to them for like 10 seconds?
Yeah. The difference with this is because even with that, like we can usually hear it.
Yeah,
like
I know.
you can hear the phone line open, and for whatever reason, this one doesn't sound like it's opening. So sorry for who this is. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. Try calling us back. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you. I have no reason, and this is for everybody out there. I have no reason to know why some people were able to hear and talk to and other people we aren't. There's no rhyme or reason to that.
Are you part of the PeterCast Platinum Club?
Right.
Where you can jump to the front of the line of the phone calls? Because for only $9.99 a month.
Right. And if you want to get in the Platinum Circle,
you get a T-shirt.
Right. That we may or may not ever send out to you. No, here's my question. You and I talked about this last week about Jameis Winston.
Right.
And saying that our confidence in Jameis was at an all-time low.
Right.
And didn't have any confidence in Jameis. But we did trust BA. My question is, has that changed after this game? Let's try this phone call real quick. Hello, you are on the line with Brent and Ren here for the InstantCast. Who do we have here tonight?
Hello, guys. This is Pete calling from Germany. What's up? The Bucs win. The Bucs win.
Wait. Is this Ukulele Pete?
This is Ukulele Pete. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete. What time is it there?
Well, it is just going on 8 in the morning. I'm out here walking around on an Army airfield ready to fill up some of our top flight American combat helicopters this morning, and I've seen the sun come up, and I caught the last half of the game because the last half of the game started at 4 o'clock in the morning for us here.
Oof.
And I had to work this morning, so I only got to watch the last half of the game. But I got to say, defense looks great, offense, But hey, we won a Super Bowl with a great defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So what can you say? But I just wanted to call and say you guys are doing a great job. I listen to the show, watch the show driving down the Autobahn, actually listen to it because I don't want to die. But you guys are doing a great job. And just thanks for everything you guys do for us Bucs fans, giving us all this great content.
Hey, listen, thanks so much for Pete. You've been a guy that we've kind of gotten to know a little bit through Twitter, especially through the Apollos and then through some of the stuff. So, man, thanks so much for the interaction. Listen, we're all in this together. We're all fans together, and we try to do that. So, man, thanks so much. And I know with the time difference with you being in Germany, it's probably not likely we're going to hear from each other a lot over the course of the season. But man, if you ever get a chance to call in, we'll always take a phone call.
Well, I appreciate that, and I just want to say, man, hopefully this isn't a normal Bucs season. Hopefully we don't have our super lows and our super highs. And I'm not gonna be negative because I've been a fan since '79. But it wouldn't be out of the realm of Bucksdom for us to go and drop the game next week against the Giants.
Thanks, Pete.
Put a downer on this whole thing.
Ren, you can't tell me you didn't think it, man. I am happy as hell.
Not yet.
Win.
I mean, I would have eventually, yes, but not yet. But no, I mean, thanks for your service, Pete. Like, you're great. I know, like, you're a super fan. You're connected with all the podcasts out there, and you're always, out there tweeting and showing pictures of what you're doing and repping the Bucs over there in Germany. So, thanks for all that you do. And oddly enough, the guy from Germany has the clearest phone call.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. It's amazing what happens when you don't have us on in the background.
Actually, in about 5 minutes, you'll probably see your helicopter starting up. So I can't be on too long this morning. But listen, I just want to say again, great job. You guys are the best, and the Bucs won. I'm happy now, and fingers crossed for the Giants game, and fingers crossed for the season that we come out at least 500. I would be super happy if we just made it to 8-8. And that's kind of sad because, I've been a Bucs fan since '79, and I've had 11 winning seasons in 40 years and one 500 season, and that's it. And, so sometimes if I'm kind of down, I love my team, but, history just shows that, this team has a way of letting you down when you just start getting the happiest, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong, Pete. And I've been a fan just as long as you, maybe even like 1 or 2 years longer. And I know where you're coming from. We've been trained. We're beating dogs.
Exactly. That's why last week I didn't let it get me down too much. Was I unhappy? Did it suck to lose the first game? Yeah. Is it great to win this game? Yeah. But we're just trained to, you accept a good game when it's a good game. You accept the bad games when it's a bad game, and you just hope for the best at the end of the season, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, guys, look, I'll let you go. But again, thanks for a great show, and you guys are the best.
Pete, thanks so much, buddy. We really appreciate it.
All right. Hey, you guys have a nice night. Bye.
All right, you too. Like that. Hey, there's our international call checkbox for the show right there.
Pete must be the most affirmating refueler of helicopters in the world.
Listen, Pete is a guy I want to know. Like, I really want to get to know this guy. Like, he and I would be good friends, I think.
You Pete would.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
You guys team up and go spread the word of Jesus through Europe.
All right. Well, we're not talking about Jesus. I do want to talk about Jameis, though, Ren. Just before we talk to Pete, I'd ask you the question about how is your faith, how is your confidence in Jameis coming off of this game, particularly as it was compared to, about 5 hours ago now?
Oh, like 250% back.
Is it?
No. No. I knew it would go like this. It was just so crushing and so disappointing. And I said it last week, like almost on every pod, I think, that it was the worst possible way for Jameis to lose that game.
Right.
It was the absolute, for the Bucs to lose the game. 1, it was Jameis. 2, it was for a stupid throw. 3, it was at the end of the game to seal the game because it was a pick six. It couldn't have gone any worse for the guy.
Right.
Right.
Bruce
Arians here to fix him, blah, blah, blah. And it just hurt me so bad. and what I needed was Jameis to have a good game,
Right.
All that trust that he stripped from me week 1 is now back week 2, because I just needed to see it this year again, that he can do it. He can take care of the ball. He can make these smart decisions. He can lead the team down the field and take the lead or extend the lead late in the game. It was just all those things, and the running game helps, and I think the play calling helped. I know the offensive line are like, yeah, that's okay. It's a pass rush. It's because the play calling. Like this week, they got the ball out quick. Like they made their reads, and Jameis put the ball in the money.
So are you saying that you liked the offensive play calling? And I ask that because I've seen a lot of people say that they really thought that Leftwich's play calling was atrocious in this game.
During what, the clunky parts?
Probably, I don't know. I'm just saying I saw some media people say it. I've seen some fans say it, and I've seen some people in our own chat room say it.
I will watch the game, and I'll listen to all these people in the so-called media you talk about. I'm just kidding. I'll listen to their pods and see what they have to say, and then I'll make a decision on later in the week. I thought, again, it was just the offense couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
I really did. I know it was a little bit of a slow start. What do you think this? Do you like getting the ball? Like, we've won the toss twice.
Right.
And we've taken the ball both times.
Right.
Are you okay with that?
I think I am. I think here's the thing. I think the idea of whether you take the ball first or take the ball second, I feel like there's almost too much of a big deal made out of it. Like,
no,
I get the math on, like, hey, like the Panthers today, right? They went in, they kicked the field goal, they brought the score within one, and then they come back and get the ball back again, and then if they could get that touchdown, then they go up, and that's a real quick way to turn the game right after halftime. Like, I get that. I really, really get that. But, there's something I think also to be said for starting the game with the momentum and not saving it for later and getting things off to the start that you want to see. And
yeah, it's called the defense going in and getting 3 and out with like 2 sacks of safety and 9 fumbles on the first series.
Sure.
That's momentum. No, I'm just saying, I was going to be kidding. But defense can give you momentum. And I think they're the better unit right now. So
I think that's how I think the defense did give us momentum.
Yeah.
Then
why not give the other team the ball, and so you can possibly get those back-to-back possessions? It's a big thing for me. I think it's just one of those kind of funky rules. It's one of the ways to manipulate the system in the NFL, and you see the better teams do it week in and week out.
Well, take it and flip it on its head, right? So we go into the locker room at halftime, the other team comes out and gets the ball, and then our defense stops them and completely blows that possession that they got to start the second half, and then we start momentum going into the second half.
On its head. The point is you get 2 possessions without them getting a chance to score.
Right.
It's not, hopefully we'll stop them.
Sure.
That's not the argument. And like in the end, you might be right. Like maybe the statistics show it's really not that big of a deal. I just think it's something that if you got the chance, which we have the first 2 weeks, that it makes enough difference to me in my football mind to take advantage of it or try to.
Sure. But, Cutter, that was definitely Cutter's thing when he was here. Yeah. He always deferred. I remember one time that he took the ball. Yeah, I personally remember one time, but he could have been more. But it's one of those things to me that's kind of like the Bucs should wear the white colors at home, especially during the early months of the season, because that gives you a competitive advantage. I just think more of a deal is made out of it than it really is. Like, I get the logic behind it. What I'm saying is, I just think there's more. I think people make a bigger deal out of it than what it really actually comes back to in the game.
Getting 2 chances to score before the other team gets
I
one.
understand.
That has nothing to do with heat index, or it's made it more of a big deal. It's
logic, right? It's as is refractive or reflective light and whatever. I'm just saying.
But you can't equate the heat to results. Like, you can't say, oh, the reason we won this game was because they were wearing dark uniforms
and they got tired easier. No, I hear what you're saying. My putting them together though is it's not an apples for apples thing. I understand that. The principle just being, again, I think a bigger deal is made out of the importance of it than what it actually shows out. And you just said the stats may bear out that it really doesn't make that big of a difference.
Yeah, but they may not as well.
It's true. 100% true. So, all right, Ren, we're into this about an hour and a half deep now. So why don't we go ahead and I know, right? Amazing the difference of what happens when we win, and when we can actually take the phone calls.
Oh yeah, actually a phone call.
Yeah. So for those, first of all, to all of you guys who called in tonight, let's hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 8 people who called in tonight, this might be a record high number of people who've called into the
New
InstantCast.
club record.
Yeah, and we, by the way, have had a record number of people watching live tonight, which has been great.
2 million.
And we will have, I'm sure, a record number of people who download the show and listen to us later on the podcast. So hello to all of you guys out there listening to us in the future as well. And to all of you who've been here with the chat room, that has been fun. It's always the show within the show, Ren, we talk about getting to be in that chat room. And yeah, we'll be back later this week. I don't know if it'll be the weekend or first part of next week, Ren. We'll figure that out offline. But we'll have our final thoughts episode. You guys send in your emails to the show. We'll read that on our fan interaction show coming up later this week. You can do that to thepewtercast@gmail.com. And with that, Ren, I'll give you a chance. Any final thoughts for your instant reactions to the game, and then go ahead and tell the people where they can find you on the internet.
I'm just so happy. You know, I'm just happy. Like, you know, coaching matters, everybody.
It does.
Because you just saw it. Best way to find me on the internet is on Twitter. At Rendax, REN_DAXT. I'm always down to talk some Buccaneers football, but if you don't want to put your opinion or your slanderous comment out there on the Twitter sphere, feel free to slide in my DMs and we can talk some Buccaneers football there with you as well, or with me as well too.
And if you guys want to get in touch with me, you can find me at Brent Allen Live across all the social medias. And if you want to get in touch with the show, once again, that is at the Pewtercast on Twitter and on Facebook. And send in those emails to thepewtercast@gmail.com. Like I said, we will read those on an upcoming episode of the Pewtercast. Well, guys, listen, this has been a great Instant Cast. Let's have 14 more of these over the course of the rest of the season. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Except for this coming week. Where Ren will go live with a special guest, but there won't be phone calls because I'll be on the road yet again. But that should be the last one.
And I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. So, guys, listen, that's going to wrap up this show for today. So thank you so much to everybody who's been out here with us. And until next time, guys, go Bucs.
How long do I have to hold it like this? You shush.